Hello, friends. Imagine you are the leader of a coastal nation. You have been making strong statements, perhaps challenging international trade rules or moving troops near a disputed border. Then, one morning, you look at the horizon and see a literal city made of steel floating just 20 miles from your shore. You see 90 of the world's most advanced fighter jets taking off every few minutes. You see destroyers equipped with hundreds of missiles, and you know that somewhere beneath those waves, a nuclear submarine is already tracking your every move. No one has fired a shot yet, but your heart rate has already doubled. This is what historians call gunboat diplomacy. And today, it is embodied by the most powerful military formation in human history, the US Carrier Strike Group. But the question is, why is a single field powerful enough to make entire nations surrender without a fight? How does the US use this carrier to control the Red Sea, the South China Sea, and the Persian Gulf? And in 2026, with the rise of ship drones and carrier killer missiles, is this 20 billion investment finally become obsolete? Let's try to understand the math of global power. To understand why countries are afraid, we first need to look at what exactly makes up a carrier strike group. It isn't just one ship, it is a self sustained combat ecosystem. Number one, the flagship, a nuclear power supercarrier like the USS Gerald R. It is over 1,100 feet long, that's 3 foot 1 field. It carries over 5,000 sailors and can operate for 25 years without even refueling. And number two, the Air Wing. This is the teeth of the group with up to 90 aircraft, including F-35 stealth fighters and EA-18G Growlers for electronic warfare. A single US carrier has more air power than 70% of the world's entire country. And number three, the SEAL. Surrounding the carriers are the Triconda class cruisers and Arleigh Burke class destroyers. This ship use the Aegis Combat System, which can track and intercept hundreds of incoming threats simultaneously, but from ballistic missiles to swarming drones. And number four, the Dagger. At least one nuclear attack submarine like the Virginia class lurks underneath. It provides a silent underwater layer of protection and carries Tomahawk cruise missiles that can strike target 1,000 miles inland. Technically, a carrier strike group is a sovereign US territory. If you attack a ship in the group, you are not just starting a naval skirmish, you are attacking the United States of America itself. That red line is the ultimate deterrent. But why does the US keep 11 of this group constantly moving across the globe? It is all about power projection. Let's look at the map. Number one, the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden. In late 2024 and throughout the 2025, we saw the Houthi rebels targeting global shipping. The US parked carriers like the Suez right in the middle of it. Why? Because 12% of the global trade passes through the Suez Canal. If that stops, your petrol, your electronics, and your food price skyrocket. Number two, the South China Sea. This is the front line of the 21st century. China claimed almost the entire sea. By selling a carrier strike group through this water, the US is essentially saying the ocean belongs to everyone, not just you. It is high-stake games of chicken. And number three, the Indian Ocean. The US worked closely with India here to ensure Strait of Malacca stays open. As we see in the 2026, the partnership between US Navy and the Indian Navy has become a critical wall against any single power dominating the Indo-Pacific. But here is the critical point. These carriers allow the US to ignore international boundaries. While other countries need land bases and permission from neighbors to launch an airstrike, the US just moved its floating airbase into international waters, and that's what it wants. Now, let's look at the most tense region in the 2026, the Middle East. Following the 12-day war in June 2025 and the ongoing protests inside Iran this January, President Trump has once again signaled that help is on the way for Iranian protesters. To back up those words, the Pentagon has moved the Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group into Arabian Sea. Why does this matter for Iran? Iran's naval strategy relies on asymmetric warfare, using hundreds of small, fast boats and sea mines. But against a carrier strike group, these are like mosquitoes trying to stop a tank. The carrier strike group provides a massive deterrent gap closer to Iran's border. In the Israel-Hamas-Hezbollah conflict, the presence of US carrier in the Mediterranean acts as a sign of Swiss. It tells Hezbollah and Iran, if you launch a full-scale invasion of Israel, our carriers will eliminate your command center within hours. It's a brutal form of peacekeeping. peace through the threat of absolute destruction. So, what is the conclusion? Critics argue that in 2026, these carriers are sitting duck. Countries like China and Iran have already developed long-range anti-ship missiles, specifically designed to sink them. A $50,000 drone or 2 million missiles could, in theory, sink a $20 billion carrier. But the reality is that the US has integrated AI driven point defense and laser systems that make this carrier harder to hit than ever before. The peer country head of the US carrier strike group isn't just about the ship, it is about the world order they represent. As long as these 11 groups sail the ocean, the rule based order will remain whatever Washington DC decides it should be. But as we move toward a multipolar world, will we see Indian or Chinese carrier balancing this power? Or will the world always be governed by might is right? What do you think? Should one nation have this much unilateral power over the ocean, or is it time for a new international naval treaty? Let me know your thoughts in the comment below. If you found this analysis helpful, please share the video and subscribe for such more interesting video. Jai Hind.